just bought myself a small portable voice recording studio so I can be able to do my voiceovers or for the videos, but also I'm looking into doing some remote voiceover work. So I'm very excited. And look, I got it second hand from Facebook Marketplace. We don't know where we're going to put this yet. The thing's quite big. Oh, free plastic bags. Ooh, exciting. Bit of Amazon packaging there. Maybe I need to put it on the bed.
I've just received my third quote for a solar arch, and they're all roughly in the same ballpark, but it's just expensive, regardless. But however, through the conversation with different people, I am working out quite what it is we want to do and how it might work. So, for the sake of 20 quid's worth of timber, I've just put together a frame of how the solar arch might look. I'm not going to put the words in your mind, but I'm not convinced. It's like this big idea that it's going to be a big, huge solar arch, and we can get 2 kilowatts of solar on there, which is going to basically be enough for us to live on, which is a pretty big selling point, right? It's also doubles as a canopy, somewhere I can sort of store things underneath, like the oars for the dinghy and that sort of stuff. And then of course it's also a nice little shelter to sit under sunshade, but it's freaking huge. Like, it's massive, and it, you know, one day we're going to sell this boat, and I want the sailor to look at this boat and go, oh, she's beautiful. Not, Christ, that looks like the reason that, you know, Henry VIII's flagship capsized. Too much out of the water. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's a lot. It represents a lot of investment financially to get this made by somebody for us. So I'm really pleased I've done this. I'm going to go out of the dinghy and have a look and see what we think. Looks fecking huge and massive and ridiculous. I need to stop swearing. It looks ginormous. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit more shapely, a bit more beautiful, but then it's not going to be, because it's going to have 4 massive slabs of solar panel on it. So you can have the top of the arch match the curve of the boat. We could do beautiful horseshoe shape all around the stern, but with all that in, we're still going to have a big flat square solar panels on top. This is what we call a working model. It gives me a chance to imagine what this thing might actually end up being like. I'm quite excited about these davits though. Look at this. A tube going all the way along the length under the seating there, and then have another tube inside it that was retractable, so it came out, acted as a davit, went back in, and the strength in that, I think the seating, you know, at the top of the solar arch there'd be a huge amount of leverage if we had the davits coming from the top, but at that lower height, leverage wouldn't be huge, and it's still over 7 foot out of the water. I'm going to get Kel, and she's going to come out and look at it with me, and she's not going to give a monkey's hoot or an uncle's tweet. She's just going to go, yeah, right. And that's not going to help me at all. I'm going to need her to be like, oh no, I see what you're saying, I understand the emotional struggle, here's a magic solution. But she won't do that. She won't.
Okay, so Hugh's taking me out to look at his first draft solar arch model. I haven't seen what he's been up to. I've heard a lot of banging and scraping and clattering.
It's all about what your first instincts are.
Okay. I think it's cool. It's like a shed. It's like another room, isn't it? What's with the windage though? Is it going to like lift off and get? Yeah, but you know me, Hugh. I kind of like, I don't mind things. Just like, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to be any use to you at all, because I'll go, yeah, that's cool. Won't I? This isn't the answer you wanted, was it? What did you want me to say? You wanted me to say that it looks ugly and it's a box and you don't like it. That's what you wanted me to say. You wanted me to hate it, did you? Is that what you wanted? Did you want me to hate it? I don't know. It's just different. It's the same but different. I don't think it's even like... Is it like going to, when we're heeling over and stuff as well, is that going to be dangerous? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't care, Hugh. I don't care enough. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't know. What do you want me to say?
So, Kel was about as much use as I expected her to be. That's all good. That's part of how we were all Okay, get quite a good shot of it from here. I think 3 solar panels, 1, 2, 3. And I don't think we need that much frame. I think we can do that on 2 uprights at the back. I've got to go and do some teaching now online. Anyone wants any music lessons, let me know. Bit of theory, brass. I think tomorrow I'm going to have another think, you know, work it out. There's lots of other great examples in the marina here of other solar arches, and they are a little bit less invasive than that huge structure, but they haven't got 2 kilowatts of solar, which is what we need to make things work.
We're just trying to sort out all the safety equipment that we're going to need. We have a big list from the Ark for when we eventually manage to cross the Atlantic, but to go across the Channel we don't need as much of this stuff. So we're just trying to figure out what we've already got on board, how it works and what we need, but we just thought we'd contact Ocean Safety, and they're literally just around the corner there, and Hugh phoned them up and sort of maybe ask if they could, one of them could pop round maybe, and we could talk through. You know, we're going to be spending a few £1,000s with them. It's not like we just got some little piddly inquiry, but it just got fobbed off with like, oh, just send us an email and we'll start from there. But we're just finding this time and time again at the moment. This project is becoming harder because there just seems to be a big apathy at the moment. People just don't want to sell you anything. I don't know what the problem is. I bought a water filter the other day. It said it had been dispatched. I haven't received it. This is like 3 weeks later. Phone up the company and they're going, oh no, sorry. It's like no one's interested in doing business anymore. I don't get it. Is it a Brexit thing? Is it a post-COVID, can't be bothered thing? I don't know, but this is making this project harder.
This is what I've had for the last 2 years, over and over again. People just aren't interested in the work. It's really bizarre. People are just quoting you out of it. You know, FlexiTeak did some of the work for us, you know, and they just quoted me out of the cockpit because they quoted over double what someone else quoted for the same job. So they've just gone, they don't want it, you know. And it's just again and again, it's just like, and it's just chasing people, you know, getting quotes from somebody and you've got to phone them up 3 or 4 times just to get a quote, just to get them to answer the phone and talk to you. So why? I don't understand it. I mean, this is just part of what we're up against with the project, and that's just looking like Sideshow Bob. Look at that. That's a nice look, isn't it? Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
At least we have the kids. They always cheer us up.
Pronounce the king, queen and princess.
Have you made all those yourself this morning?
Yeah. And now your crown fell off. And now Dusty and me are going to make hats as the gods.
Kids are great. Kids are a good leveler. They kind of remind you that things don't need to be so stressful. Things are done. Here's me slagging off Ocean Safety and everybody in the marine industry. But I've just heard back from Ocean Safety. In fact, it was a guy that I met at the Southampton Boat Show who was on the stand there a year ago, and I'd got a message thread going with him, so I emailed him direct, and he said, "Good morning, Kelly, hope you're well. Yes, I can pop by the boat this week." And then he tells me his availability, so that's really cool. So we're going to get Bill from Ocean Safety. He's going to come over and he's going to go through all the safety equipment with us, and then hopefully we can get what we need.
When I put the 2 smaller hatches on, I use butyl tape rather than silicone on the basis that hopefully it'll be easier to remove. It's ended up being a bit of a pain. However, I have a small task force on the job right now.
Very nice. I really like doing it. Can you pay us £12 every day for it? I don't mind.
£12 a day?
Yeah.
Bargain.
I enjoy it.
We're using
£12 a day.
taking a bit off and then using the old bits to get the other bits off, aren't we?
Yes, so can you pay us?
I'll pay you in livelihood. I'll feed you, clothe you, and take you swimming later.
Oh.
Kelly's cousin John asked for another top tool tip, and this one again, John, in line with the old cable ties. Do you know they're reusable? I hardly ever throw them away. Pop together, get something small like a knife blade or a small screwdriver, get it behind the little tab here, and I guarantee this is going to work first time. Like I said, I haven't got it on anything, so it's a bit trickier. Wait, we'll get there. Wait. Seriously, like, I'm starting to mess this up. Wait for, there we go. Then you pull the thing, oh wait. You got to think how many pence you're saving every time you do this. Wait, it's a bit fiddly. There we go, got it undone again. Yeah, it takes a little bit longer. But having said that, I don't think I've bought any new cable ties in years. So, there you go, John. You, like and subscribe.
Morning. I am utilising technology. Check it out. So, this is like the next frame. I've got an idea of where the frame might go. But the cool thing is I can do, by taking these pictures like this, I can do a bit of editing on them and just draw on them, which is what I've done. I also found, where is it? Here it is. This is the one I found. This was sent to me by the previous owner of the boat. It's a drawing. This is what Esperance should have looked like originally. She was originally supposed to be a ketch with 2 masts. And using this, I've moved it to where I know our mast is and to our mast height, based off this being 15 metres. I know this is 17.2, so it's a slightly taller mast. And that's our backstay, that's our mainsail. So that is where, that red bit is where our solar panel's got to go. It's 2.1 metres long, so it just oversticks the stern slightly, goes all the way up to the backstay. So this blue is my new proposed solar arch frame, which I am going to go and mock up and template in timber now. And I've got about an hour to do that, a bit less than an hour, because a chap from the stainless steel workshop's come around to have a look at it, and I want to try and get it mocked up. But I think that, looking at it now, I'm feeling a lot happier, and I've got an idea of this, a special clever idea. One of my favourite YouTubers, a chap called Mads, he's got hundreds of thousands of viewers, and he's rebuilt the entire boat like twice what we've done. It's incredible. Really interesting chap from Denmark. Anyway, he's got a really, really cool solar arch, which I love, and basically I'm going to copy. And then there's going to be 2 massive solar panels there. They're both 450 watts each, so it's nearly 900 watts. And then the big idea, the big thing I'm excited about, on Mad's boat, he had like this set up with 2 panels, and then when he was on a nice calm anchorage without any wind, he had 2 underneath the 2 he's got up that came out on drawers, so they ended up looking like an airplane wings sticking out the side of the boat. But I'm really excited about that idea. We're limited to how far forward these can go by the backstay here, and we're limited how far back they can go by the fact that every extra foot hanging over the stern of the boat, when we go to a marina, we pay for. So I don't want to go any further than the boat already goes. What I'm really excited though, it's starting to look like, I mean, it's following the form, then you can see from down there probably, but the form of the back of the boat, and it sweeps up to there. I'm going to change some of the angles slightly. This here I want to make flat with the water line, because I think I've been looking at it. At the moment it's level with the handrail, but actually I think having it's going to end up being slightly like that. What I'm looking at now is possibly adding a brace up here and a 3rd rung across. So you've got 3 rungs supporting them. But yeah, look at the size of these solar panels, huge. These are, I'm looking at the LG ones, they're 455, so 450 watts each. So 2 of those would be 900 watts. And then, yeah, an anchor, when it's nice and peaceful, we're going to extend the other 2. So we're going to end up with 4 of these, which is going to give us, yeah, 1800 watts, which I think, from what I've done calculations-wise, this time of year, you know, summer half of the year in the Northern Hemisphere or in the tropics is enough to live on. I'm going to do a few more measurements, a bit more thinking, and then I've got Mark, my latest stainless steel guy, I say, because I chat to other people, but it was actually, the thing was, waiting for me to be ready. It wasn't so much about finding the right people. In the end, it's about me knowing in my head what it was I wanted to do. So I feel like I've got there now. He's local, he's available, so we're going to get on and get this built, which I'm really excited about. So Mark, my stainless steel fabricator, has just been. We've had a great meeting for a good half an hour, fleshed out lots of ideas, and I think we're getting really close to a design, which I'm really excited about. So he's gone off to price it up for me. So, Kelly, now you've seen the new version. This is now technically number 3 version of a solar arch prototype in wood. And I showed Kelly number 1, and she said that was fine.
Well, the thing, right, because I'm just looking at pictures of it now, I just posted up, and it looks really good. It looks like it blends in with the boat, and when you go out into the back deck nap, it's like, ah, yeah, that's right, and I can see why the others weren't right now. But the thing is about the reason why I thought it was okay is because it's the same with the deck. It's, to me, anything is better than what it was. So having solar is better than trying to run off electricity that we're running off now. Having solar gives us freedom. So to me it's like, yeah, okay, that looks good. Whereas now I can see exactly what you've gone for, and actually, yeah, I would know that the other one just looks absolutely rubbish compared now to this.
This was when I did all my different intelligence tests, when I was trying to work out what was wrong with my brain when I was a kid. I talked about all the different intelligences, but where I scored high was 3D spatial awareness, which is what I call it, but like just being able to visualise, being able to visualise shapes and constructs in your brain. So this is which is where, ironically, it happened we're a bit yin and yang because that's where you're weakest.
Oh, massively weak. I can't judge size, distance, weight. I can't judge any of that, and I try. I just can't see it. And so yeah, I couldn't really see how it should be. It looked like.
It looks so much better. I mean, that also, just for reference, isn't quite like things are going to pinch. There's a few adjustments, and it's all going to have rounds on it and curves. And,
it's very exciting though to be able to generate your own electricity. It's very exciting.
So whilst Tilly's rocking out, I'm going to take you outside, have a quick chat about the plan. So it's exciting. Kel and I have got a finished plan, everything we're going to do outside in this boat. It's going to be flexi-teak here in the cockpit, on the seating, on the coaming, there. All these surfaces, so all this top here, and all the sides of the cabin structure. So here's the superstructure, this, the top, and also under the tow rail up there on that bit. You can sort of see here, that bit there, outside. We painted all that last year with a nice glossy white international paint. That's also the stuff that is going to go around the hatches. That's what I've got to finish doing on the other two hatches. I'm also going to do that now, that same shape around all the deck fittings. And then the area in between, we and Kel have finally decided we had to talk about flexi-teak, we talked about tread mast, all these things, but we're just going to paint it. Simple. I've seen some boats really like, nice and simple, but we're going to paint it. It's a different shade of white, off-white, and it's going to be with intergrip in it, like, you know, like sandy stuff, to grip and deck. So we've got a real clear plan now of what we're going to do. So it's just a case of putting it all together. And I need 9 dry days-ish in this month. And I've got to be ready for them. That's the key. They can't be days when I've got the kids and Kel's off working or things like that. They've got to be days when I've got to be ready. The deck's got to be sanded, faired, ready to paint, and kids can't be walking up here. We can't have washing hanging on the sides, all this sort of stuff. But I'm feeling optimistic. I think we can do it. In reality, actually, we've got a bit longer than that. We've got until the second week in August. But I'd like to get this all done in July. The stainless steel arch is going ahead. We're all started on that, which is exciting. Got some other bits and pieces on the go as well. So generally, feeling quite positive. I'm a bit daunted, the amount of work we've got to do. We've got to go back to sanding and fairing and painting, which takes forever and ever. It's a real ball ache of a job. But once it's done, and this deck is going to look spiffy.
We end the week with a little musical interlude. Here is Hugh using my new Isavox 2 to practice his barbershop singing.
Melodies bring memories that linger in my heart. Makes me think of Georgia. Why